one of the first people I saw that I knew from the Bay was Pac at the club, and he had just moved to LA, and we chopped it up. He told me he was living in Sherman Oaks, and he had just moved to LA, asked me what I was doing, and I told him I just moved out here. And so we were, Pac and I were acquaintances. We weren't homies or anything like that, but he was homies with my homies. Like Pac and 40 is my brother. You know what I'm saying? He's like my
40.
big brother. And him and Pac were tight. Him and Chico, Spice One is Chico. They were like, you couldn't separate those two. I used to see Pac and Chico together all the time. And anytime like 40 would come down to the Bay or Chico would come down to the Bay, because I was managed by Chaz Hayes, who managed Spice One and 40. And I think he managed Be Legit too. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. And so we would all be at the what's the hotel that we used to be at? It wasn't the Mondrian, it was the what was the name of that hotel? It was all of us was there. The Mossy, all of us. I can't remember the name of the hotel. Okay. But it was in West Hollywood, and we would just all be over there. And so that's how, everybody kind of was just kind of connected like that. And when the Rappers Ball video shoot came up, Passion, there was a singer from the Bay, from Oakland. Her name is Passion, and she was in the video. And my girlfriend at the time was dancing for Passion, so she was going to the video shoot, and I told her I was going to meet her up there.
Can't let your girl go to that video shoot without you.
No, not with all them players, But
you might have never got her back, bro.
Yeah, and Aunt Banks happened to need a ride to the video shoot, so I think he was staying at the Mondrian, and I picked up Aunt Banks, and we drove out to Calabasas.
Aunt Banks.
And kicked it, and it was cool. It was a long video shoot. It was a long video shoot, but it was cool. I think that was the last time I saw Pac, because right after that, it was maybe a few months after that is when the Vegas incident happened. So,
was there a moment in that span of time where you said you and Pac are acquaintances, but was there one either conversation or a moment outside of that music video shoot that you either remember fondly, or was like maybe you guys were actually sitting down and you had a little more time to chop it up than the usual, hey, what's up, what's cracking, and you keep it moving?
Well, when I met Pac, it was at a club called One Up in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And
another famous spot.
Yeah. And there was a girl he was talking to who was best friends with a girl I was talking to, and he was with all his dudes, and I was with a bunch of my dudes from Hayward, and all of his dudes surrounded. One of my homeboys was dancing with Pac's girl. We didn't know it was Pac's girl. We didn't even know Pac at the time. And this is way before, everybody was still living in the Bay. And so all of his dudes was like looking at us and watching his girl. And I asked the girl I was dancing with, I was like, yo, what's going on here? Like, who is this wall of cats looking at it? She says, oh, my friend is talking to one of the dudes over there. And I remember seeing all these rings on this one, the smaller dudes hands and stuff like that. And anyway, long story short, my partner ends up shaking the spot, because I told him, I said, hey, unless you want to get mopped up by all these cats that are looking at us, because it's like 3 of us and 14 of them. And I said, unless she means that much to you, you need to stop talking to her. Anyway, long story short, she ends up coming around the corner. She ends up saying, hey, let's go get something to eat. And she comes around the corner in the Jetta and picks me up. I hop in the back seat, and Pac is in the front seat rolling a blunt. And that's how we met. So
that's a hell of a story, man. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was my first and longest conversation I had with Pac, and just chopping it up about, he was doing the digital underground thing. And we just knew a lot of the same people. He was from Marin City. I knew some people out there.